the main event here of this fight night. Brandon Moreno versus Brandon Royval. Brandon on Brandon violence. Here we go. Brandon Royval, Raw Dog is his nickname, let's not forget. 31 years old, out of Englewood, Colorado. 15-7 as a pro. Looking to get back in the win column against Moreno here in their rematch after losing to Pantoja for the second time back in December.
I have just realized something.
What's wrong?
Ortega and Yair is a 5-round fight.
Oh, they made that 5 rounds.
Yeah. And
Damn.
I remember it now. And I remember being thrilled when I heard it, but I forgot about it just because it's a co-main and I didn't think about it. I guess that doesn't change. I almost like Ortega more because now he has more time to find a grappling situation. But I guess I'm gonna keep my pick still.
Yeah, I'll still say UD.
You guys keeping yours? Yeah.
All right. I'll keep mine.
Sorry to interrupt. That was noteworthy.
But you're right. It does give me pause. I thought the exact same thing. Yeah. It's better for Ortega. I think a 5-round fight. I think. Okay. Where was I? Mr. Assassin Baby. 21-7 as a pro with 2 draws. Also coming off of a loss at the hands of Alexandre Pantoja. For him back in July via split decision, losing his belt to the Brazilian. Now he is facing off against the American, once again, Brandon Royval. Omar, would you like to start us off? Give us your take and your pick.
Yeah. I think you guys already know I don't pick against Brandon Moreno. It's just
ever.
It's just not going to happen. The fact of the matter is Brandon's gotten better over time. I think Brandon Royval's game, while he's good at what he does, I think has stayed relatively consistent for better or worse. Moreno, you can see the significant changes that he's made to his game, the additions he's made to the kick game, among other things. So I see more potential in Moreno as I normally do. I think he's got a lot to offer, especially in this fight. And I think that the longer the fight goes, I think it favors Moreno. But I do think that he closes out the night with a submission 4th round against Royval.
As much as you guys know that I'm a big Brandon Royval fan, I don't think that would be a smart pick in this spot. I agree. I think that the Assassin Baby is just too talented at flyweight for Royval. For all of Royval's talents and chaos that he brings into a fight, I'm going to go with the Assassin Baby. And these flyweights, man, they find finishes, man. I'm not going with the UD on this one. I think that Moreno finds a finish. I think maybe a club and sub. I'll save round 4 for Moreno. Mark, take it home.
Wow, you've held the confidence all show long. Finally made its way out at the last possible moment.
Thank you.
All right, Moreno's minus 260. Royval is plus 210. 2 inches of height and a half inch of reach on the Royval side. Yes, he stepped in for Amir Albazi here, but they've each had a pretty solid amount of time prepping for each other. And, of course, they've fought once already, which always helps, which ended due to the injury for Royval. Really, it ended by TKO because it kind of continued after his shoulder came out. But it was due to the injury. So it's nice that we get to see this again and get a true answer here. Very weird, as I'm just realizing that both the main and co-main on this card are rematches of a fight that ended because someone's shoulder got fucked up. So that's strange. But yeah, I think Brandon Moreno will get his rightful W in this one. I just think he's better, man. I know Royval can be dangerous, which he showed recently against, dangerous on the feet, which he showed recently against Nicolau. And of course, he's a submission threat at all times. But Brandon Moreno's a guy who's never been finished in any way through 30 pro fights, which is insane. I know Pantoja tapped him on tough, if you want to count that, but that was like 8 years ago. So the point remains, even if we include that, Moreno's no easy out. And I think he's better than Royval. I think he's the better striker with much better footwork, better angles, quicker hands, more power, in my opinion. I like him a lot in the striking. And then I also think he might be the better wrestler. Like, of course, Royval is going to be scrambling and looking to latch something up anytime they're connected. But I think Brandon can generally control it and stay safe. I think he can be in control for most of this fight, especially as it goes later in the fight. And I know Brandon Royval has never been finished by strikes, but I'm actually going to say that changes. You know, in front of the Mexican crowd, they're going to be crazy behind Moreno here. His hands are just looking so crispy lately. I think he wears Royval down with a pace, hurts him a couple times, and then maybe eventually puts him out with some ground and pound. So I'll go TKO round 4 for Brandon Moreno.
Wow, same as me. Oh my god.